Good morning or good evening, sir. We are from Group FIA2 and our group members, which consists of Terry Chong, which is me, followed by Tan Yui, Tan Wei Sun, and Chai Ka Yuan. Today, we will talk about the rituals and practices of the indigenous Ainu people of Japan. The Ainu people have a rich cultural heritage that is closely tied to their relationship with the natural world. Their cultural practices, including the Chika and Ayomate ceremonies, reflect their beliefs in the importance of maintaining a harmonious relationship with nature. Other important aspects of Ainu culture, including fishing, which has been a vital part of their way of life for centuries, and tattooing, which was used to symbolize spiritual and cultural significance. Despite facing challenges such as discrimination and assimilation, the Ainu people have continued to preserve and celebrate their traditions, and there are now efforts to promote and recognize their cultural heritage. The Ainu people have a long and rich cultural history that has been shaped by their close relationship with the natural world. One of the most important ceremonies in Ainu culture is the Sika ritual, a traditional rite of passage that is performed when a girl reaches puberty. The Sika ceremony is a multi-day event that involves a number of rituals and customs, and it serves as a way to celebrate the girl's coming of age and her transition into adulthood. The Sika ceremony is typically performed by the girl's family and relatives who come together to celebrate the occasion. The ceremony begins with the gathering of the community, and the girl is then given a new name that reflects her new status as an adult. The new name is chosen based on a variety of factors, including the girl's personality, her family's history, and her connection to the natural world. The new name is a mark of her maturity, and it is considered to be an important aspect of the Tika ceremony. Another important aspect of the Tika ceremony is the creation of a special dress for the girl. The dress is typically made using traditional Ainu techniques and designs, with intricate embroidery and beadwork, and it is often made from a special cloth called adis. The dress is meant to symbolize the girl's new status as an adult, and it is a reflection of the Ainu people's reverence for nature and their connection to the environment. The dress is typically decorated with symbols and designs that are significant to the Ainu culture, including patterns that represent the natural world and the Ainu people's close relationship with nature. The Sika ceremony also involves the Ainu dance, which is performed by the girl and other members of the community. The dance is a way of honoring the girl's ancestors and celebrating her new status as an adult. The dance is accompanied by traditional Ainu music, which is played using instruments such as the makuri, a mouth harp, and the tongkori, which is a stringed instrument. The Ainu dance is an important aspect of Ainu culture, and it reflects the community's respect for the natural world and their belief in the importance of maintaining a harmonious relationship with the environment. The Chika ceremony is an important part of Ainu culture, and it reflects the community's respect for the natural world and their beliefs in the importance of maintaining a harmonious relationship with the environment. The Ainu people have a long history of living in harmony with nature, and this is reflected in the way they approach their ceremonies, including the Chika ritual. The Chika ceremony is a way for the Ainu people to celebrate their cultural heritage and pass down their traditions to future generations. Despite the challenges that the Ainu people have faced over the years, including discrimination and assimilation, they have continued to preserve and celebrate their cultural traditions, including the Sika ceremony. Today, there are efforts to promote and preserve Ainu culture and to recognize the Ainu people as a distinct and valued part of Japanese society. The Sika ceremony is an important aspect of this cultural heritage and serves as a reminder of the rich and unique history and traditions of the Ainu people. In recent years, the Japanese government has taken steps to recognize and support the Ainu people's cultural heritage, including the Sika ceremony. And in 2019, the Ainu people were officially recognized as an indigenous group by the Japanese government, a move that has been widely celebrated by the Ainu community. This recognition has helped to raise awareness of Ainu culture and to promote the preservation of Ainu traditions, including the Sika ceremony. That is all from me now, and I will hand over the presentation to Tan Yuli.
I am Tanui. I'm going to talk about the Ayamante ceremony of the Ainu people. It's a sacred and ancient ritual that has been practiced for thousands of years. It centers around the capture, raising, and sacrifice of a bear, which is seen as a symbol of strength, bravery, and prosperity. The Ainu people who are indigenous to Japan view the bear as a sacred animal and believe that by sacrificing it, they can communicate with the gods and seek their blessing. The Ayamante ceremony is usually performed in the winter, involves the entire community together, coming together to participate in various rituals and customs. The first step of the ceremony is the capture of a bear. This is a dangerous and difficult process that requires the expertise of skilled hunters. The bear is then taken back to the community and raised as if it were a member of the family. During this time, wooden masks and other objects are carved and prepared for the ceremony. The actual ceremony begins with the bear being led to a special altar. The bear is then ritually sacrificed in a manner that is believed to appease the gods and bring good fortune to the community. The bear spirit is then released back into the wilderness and its remains are used in various ways, such as for food, cooking, and medicine. Diamond, Diamante ceremony is a deeply spiritual event that involves a number of symbolic rituals and practices. Ainu people believe that the bear is a messenger between the human world and the spirit world. By sacrificing the bear, they believe they can communicate to gods and seek their blessing. The ceremony also serves as a reminder of the importance of respecting and protecting nature. Diamante ceremony is also a time for celebration with feasting, singing, and dancing. Being an integral part of the event, it is a time for the community to come together to honor their ancestors and to pass down their cultural tradition to future generations. The ceremony also provides an opportunity for young people to learn about their cultural heritage and connect with their roots. Despite the significance of, of the Ayamante ceremony to the Ainu people, their way of life and culture have been threatened over the years by the forces of modernization and assimilation. The Ainu people have faced discrimination and margi- marginalization, and their language and cultural practices have been suppressed. However, in recent years, there has been a renewed effort to preserve and promote Ainu culture, including the Ayamante ceremony. Today, the Ainu people are recognized as an indigenous people of Japan, and their unique culture and traditions are valued and celebrated by many. The Ayamante ceremony is seen as a powerful symbol of the resilience and perseverance of the Ainu people in the face of adversity. It is a reminder of the importance of respecting and serving cultural diversity and the need to protect the nature world. While the Ayamante ceremony or the Ayamante ceremony is deeply significant to the Ainu people, it has been met with controversy. Some people have criticized the practice of capturing and sacrificing a bear as cruel and inhumane. In recent years, some Ainu people have chosen to perform a symbolic Ayamante ceremony that does not involve the capture and sacrifice of a bear, but rather focuses on the spiritual aspects of the ceremony. Despite the controversy, the Ayamante ceremony is a powerful reminder of the importance of preserving and celebrating cultural traditions. It serves as a testament to the rich history and traditions of the Ainu people and reminds us of the need to respect and appreciate cultural diversity. The Ayamante ceremony is a unique and powerful cultural practice that has survived for thousands of years and continues to be an important part of the Ainu people's cultural identity. That's all from me, and I'll hand over the speech to Tan very soon.
Thank you, Yui. I will proceed the presentation now. The Ainu people, an indigenous group that primarily resides in the northern island of Hokkaido and nearby regions, have long relied on fishing and hunting as a means of sustenance and cultural expression. These practices have shaped their tradition, custom, and spirituality and remain an integral part of their identity today. Let's look at the fishing. Fishing has always been a sacred activity for the Ainu people. They believe that the gods and spirits of the sea were responsible for the abundance and variety of fish, and that they needed to show respect and gratitude to these entities in order to enjoy a bountiful catch. Before setting out to fish, the Ainu would perform a ceremony known as the sending of the fishing gods, in which offering of sack and food were made to the gods to seek their blessing and permission to fish. This ceremony was typically performed by a shaman who would communicate with the spirit on behalf of the community. Once the fishing was done, the Ainu would hold the first fish ceremony in which the first fish caught would be cooked and shared with the community. This ceremony was a way of expressing gratitude to the gods for their generosity and also served as a celebration of the community's success in a fishing expedition. And next one, hunting. Hunting was also an important part of Ainu culture, and the customs and rituals surrounding this activity were similarly tied to the spirits and deities of the forest. The Ainu believed that the forest was home to various gods and spirits, and that they needed to seek permission from these entities before they could hunt. A ritual known as the sending of the hunting god was performed before each hunting expedition in which offering of food and sack were made to the god to seek their permission and blessing for a successful hunt. In addition to these ceremonies, the Ainu also had a rich tradition of using every part of the animal they hunted and the fish they caught, and they developed a variety of techniques and technology to maximize the use of these resources. For example, the Ainu developed a unique type of fishing net called a shark, which was made from woven fibers and was designed to be gentle on the fish, allowing them to be released back into the water and unharmed if they were too small or not needed for food. The, the Ainu were still hunters who used a variety of tools and techniques to catch the animal, including bows and arrows, traps, and also snares. They also had a deep respect for the animals they hunted and believed that they needed to show proper reverence to the spirits of the animals they killed. After a successful hunt, the Ainu would perform a ceremony to thank the spirits of the animals and to show their appreciation for the animals sacrifice. Today, however, there's a growing interest in preserving and reviving Ainu culture, including its fishing and hunting rituals. The Ainu people have made efforts to teach their tradition practices to younger generation, and there are also ongoing efforts to raise awareness about the importance of these practices among the broader public. Additionally, in recent years, the Japanese government has taken steps to recognize. In conclusion, Ainu fishing and hunting rituals are a fascinating aspect of this unique culture, and they reflect the Ainu deep connection to nature and the spiritual world. That's all for my part. I will hand over the presentation for the next member, which was Kayan.
Thank you, Tan Wilson. Hello, I am Chai Kayan, and I will be talking about tattooing in Ainu culture. Ainu tattooing is a traditional form of body art practiced by the Ainu people. The tattoos hold significant spiritual and cultural meaning for the Ainu people. Tattooing among the Ainu people is for women only. The men never tattoo themselves, as is the profession of tattooist, customarily performed by the grandmother and maternal aunts. Ainu women had tattoos on their faces, arms, and hands, and each tattoo was considered a rite of passage to womanhood. So, why do Ainu women tattoo themselves? According to a historical legend, a deity descended from heaven and told all women that if a woman married a man without tattoos, she will not find salvation after death. The tattooing is closely tied to matrimony, and to marry without tattoos is a great sin. If they did, the legend said, they would die and end up in hell, where demons would use large knives and do all tattooing at once. That time onwards, tattoos have been an indispensable and vital part of Ainu culture. It is placed especially on the lips and arms because they are the most conspicuous parts of the body. They imagine that the tattoos can drive away diseases and strengthen the body. It is believed that the tattoo around the mouth resembles the appearance of their goddess, to which the demon of diseases is frightened away. Even when a woman became old and her eyesight fails, she would be encouraged to re-tattoo her mouth and arms, as it is believed that it will let her regain her health. Similarly, when outbreaks of diseases occur within the village, the women would band together and tattoo each other again to make each other smell of tattoo. They believe that this scent would ward off the demon of diseases. Ainu tattooing would begin when the girl is as young as 7 or 8 years old. The process of tattooing would continue and will be completed when she reaches the age of 15 to 16, where she will be eligible for marriage. Here, the groom would make the final cuts to make the tattoo on the face into a smile. And, and to explain how the Ainu people makes these tattoos. Firstly, they put some birch bark into a pan to soak, and a fire is erected and an iron pot is hung over it. More bark is brought and burnt under the pot till it is blackened. Before steel tips, obsidian points were used to make such incisions into the part that needed to be tattooed. Then, the soot from under the pot is rubbed into these incisions. During this whole process, the tattooist sings or hums a poem and recites a spell to permanently mark the skin. Tattooing within the Ainu people, thus far, has slowly fallen out of practice. The Japanese people has found it strange, and the practice was banned during the Tokugawa shogunate and Meiji restoration period on the year 1871. But the ban was not effective because Ainu women of the time believed that if they did not have tattoos, they would incur the wrath of gods. And so, in 1872, the laws were changed again to impose punishment and suppress religious freedom. Many Ainu continued the practice in secret due to its significance in Ainu culture. The practice did, however, slowly die out over the centuries, with the last tattooed Ainu woman reportedly dying in 1998. In modern times, efforts to converse this practice are underway. Some Ainu women paint their mouths black as a face painting for important Ainu events. In a summary on our presentation, Ainu culture It's certainly a fascinating aspect of Ainu life. Sadly, many of their cultures has diminished through centuries of suppressions of their practices by the Japanese people. Luckily, in modern times, many descendants of the Ainu people work to revive and preserve the culture, providing a glimpse of how these indigenous people have once lived and thrived. Thank you. That is the end of our presentation.